This is Alexandra Merisoiu from the Merisoiu Technique Institute of Health and Human Movement. I work with runners to help them run faster, further, with less effort and fewer injuries. And we do this through natural movement fitness and running technique and mechanics, inspired by the pose method of running and with elements of natural running technique. And today I would like to talk about injuries and how we runners bust our knees. So, one of the biggest mistakes we make as runners is overstriding, and I'll tell you why that damages our knees. First of all, regardless of how you strike the ground, so some people are forefoot strikes, so landing on the ball of the foot, not on the toes, on the ball of the foot, or midfoot strikes, or whether you're a heel striker, doesn't really matter. When you overstride, yeah, so let's say I'm doing forefoot now, yeah, I'm doing heel now, yeah, when you overstride, what happens is that your knee locks. And what you have to understand is that your knees are like the suspensions of a car. They need to take the pressure and they need to move. They need room to move up and down. It's like a suspension, yeah. So if your car didn't have suspensions, or the suspensions didn't have room for movement, they weren't suspensions basically, your car would damage, or what would you call suspensions, they would damage, right? So every time you lock your knee, you get outside of, you overstride, so your foot gets outside of the frame, so your frame is here and your foot is there, your knee would lock, and all that pressure that comes back from the ground, yeah, that pressure will go up the leg, up the knee, into the hip, up the lower back, right? All the way up. So, one of the things, yeah, the foot goes too far ahead, the knee inevitably is going to lock, you can't avoid it. And according to a law of physics, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. You hit the ground with a straight leg, there is no suspension to take the pressure and the pressure that comes to the body, because your knee is locked. Yeah, there is no suspension. Yeah, and then the knees get injured. Second thing we do is, because we overstride again, the back foot locks, the back leg locks to push off. Yeah, so we push off by locking the leg. You can see my knee, and you can see the, you know, when I push off, what's happening. Yeah, it's a lot of impact. So think about a spring. Yeah, if you stretch the spring to its maximum, and then you do that a few times. Yeah, you take the spring from a pen and do that a few times. Yeah, you're gonna see that it's not gonna come back, so the spring is damaged. So think about that with your knee. Yeah, you stretch it, you push off, and yeah, and then if your glute muscles are also not doing their work, then you know you can say goodbye to your knees. So, lesson: keep your feet underneath the body. Do not go outside the frame. We will talk about the frame later in another video, but do not go outside your frame. Stay within the frame, and that's your running technique. Use the knees as suspensions. Give them room, so the knees have to be slightly bent all the time, so they take all that pressure. So never stretch, never lock. Sorry, never lock, never stretch too far. Yeah, it's also locking. So I hope this video was educational for you. Try shorten your strides. Like, probably most of the people need to shorten them to half of their normal. And if you want to practice your running technique and reduce the risk of injuries and frequency and severity of your running injuries, I organize monthly workshops in London. So leave a comment or drop me a message so you can sign up to them. This is Alexandra Merisoiu from the Merisoiu Technique Institute of Health and Human Movement, and I'll see you on the next video.